Hey Dwight, Don Chamberlain here. This is my roughly 500-gallon quarantine tank with the accompanying filter and paraphernalia to keep it rolling. So I've got a Rhino 2 bottom drain, 4-inch bottom drain on here. We'll take a peek and see what that looks like. So there you can see the bottom drain. It's basically, I cut a hole. The tank's made out of marine grade plywood with a rubberized liner. And so basically just had to cut a hole of the proper size, and I mounted it right under the tank, which is exactly what I would envision happening in your case as well. So you can see, and this is a 4-inch drain, so you can see the 4-inch drain pipe there, and then you can also see the 1/2-inch air line for the aeration going in there. So that's how it mounts up. It's pretty straightforward. There's a number in all the very robust. It's Schedule 80, all Schedule 80 PVC, all welded, not chemically welded, but all heat welded joints. And so it's built very, very robustly, which of course is what you want with a bottom drain. You never really want to have to mess around with those things once you've installed them. So that's what it looks like down here. Let's take a peek at what it looks like up above. So here you can see the effect of the aeration, bringing the advantage of this is it creates obviously quite a current in your tank. Now I've got this running pretty heavily. I've turned them back on the pond, but I kind of keep them going here, give the fish a little exercise in this pretty small tank. Wanted to have plenty of current for them to kind of have to fight against. So you could obviously use a smaller air pump or just throttle it back to get what you want. But the whole point of this is the aeration or the oxygenation in the water doesn't come from all those air bubbles, strangely enough, as I originally thought. It's all about the surface. So the beauty of this thing is it creates this circular flow, up a vertical flow, where it's taking the water off of the bottom, the cooler water, of course, which could sort of stagnate if you didn't have something like this going on, and it brings it up to the surface. And so basically you've got this large surface of water that's being continuously exposed to the air, and that's where it's picking up the oxygen. We'll shut this rascal off a bit so you can see what it looks like inside. All right, it's a little dark in here, so I'm not sure how much you can see, especially with the glare from the cover. But hopefully you can get an idea of what it looks like down there. So you've got that large cap which extends out over the bottom drain, and you want to have a fairly small gap, especially in your case, to create more velocity as it sucks the debris into the opening. And then of course you've got the big rubber diaphragm, which you can still see the bubbles coming out of that slowly. Those will gradually dissipate, and when you fire it up, it actually takes a while until those pores in that are so fine that it doesn't really start passing any air until it swells up a little bit. So anyway, that's what it looks like inside. I've only got 3 relatively small koi in here, so pretty easy to deal with. But now we'll go take a look inside the filter so you can kind of get an idea of the advantage actually of having a gravity fed system, which delivers the debris pretty much intact into your settlement area. In my case, my area is pretty small, but you can see how much of the stuff settles out, even in that small areas, which is why I keep thinking that in your big 55-gallon drum, you're going to have virtually, well, at least a high percentage of the debris. So I think I cut that off. I think I said before that I expect a high percentage of the debris to settle out in your 55-gallon drum. So here we're looking at the entrance into the filter. So this pipe here is the 4-inch drain pipe coming out of the bottom. And again, since it's gravity fed, the filter is going to fill up to the same level as the tank by gravity, and that's the situation we have here. So this is what it looks like inside, and here you can see pretty readily all the debris. I flushed this yesterday, actually flushed the filter, so there wasn't anything in here after that. And now you can see their poop basically has settled right down there at the bottom. And then of course I've got the brushes and some metallofoam here to form my mechanical filtration before it passes into the biological section back here. Let's quickly show you that. So that little perforated box is filled with biogravel. And so that is about, I think about 14 kilograms, which deals with this tank without any problem, with a considerably higher fish load than what it's got right now. So that's kind of the story of the bottom drain, and that's why I keep pushing it so much. I'll give you a shot from this angle here. You can see all the plumbing. So the 4-inch pipe on the left is the drain pipe for the flush. That's where I flush it. I've got a reservoir underground where I store that before I pump it out for irrigation. And then kind of like you plan, once a month or so, I pump that reservoir out and into my bamboo grove, and that'll fill up a little moat around that grove with about an inch of basically fish poop, which I scoop up then and put into my composter. So that's the skinny. Hope that helps.